December, there was a curfew. Now,
the 24-hour curfew.
24-hour curfew. Where were the security people when these people went out and killed this community? Where were they? Nobody is talking about that one. And then, please, let me make this point clear here. Every time it happens, let's live in peace. We Christians are living in peace. We have never shown me any incident that Christians have started a crisis. These Muslims will come up. They start.
Like I said, not a platform for
my brother. I'm giving
blame.
No.
But let's look at what the National Assembly is doing. The Senate President said yesterday, that's on Tuesday, that the Senate is going to probe those killings, and maybe this may be the magic wand, a probe that will get to the root of the matter. Are you confident that such a probe can do it? Have we had such a probe in the past?
I'm very confident. I was happy when I heard the Senate President say, but again, I was taken to a different world, saying that, are we going to end up where we have been ending? Who is going to be in that committee? What is going to happen? So I want to plead with the Senate President. This is, let me say, this is the first time. Please, Senate President, make a difference in this your probe. Let the actual findings be done and the people causing the problem be brought to book under the law of our country. If we sweep this one under the carpet again, we are sitting on a time bomb.
Of course, a probe will envisage a situation where a Senate committee will conduct public hearing or visits to the trouble spots. Yes. What form of visit? How do you expect this to happen? The Senate doing the probe? The representations must be made.
Well, the Senate President definitely has something in mind. But all I'm saying is that I welcome the idea and I plead with him that the representation should be very good and that the actual findings should be done. And please, please, doing all these things with impunity should be stopped. People should be punished, no matter how big a person you are. Because there are times when we start probing, then we discover that there are big people behind the whole thing. The thing keeps quiet. I pray that the Senate President will set a stage for us that we will follow. I'm praying for him.
I earlier asked you of what the Christian Association of Nigeria was doing, but you said the association is helpless. But when you say helpless, is it a completely hopeless situation? I always insist there's still an avenue and always for dialogue.
My brother, Christian Association has been speaking. Recently, we made a press conference, and we have declared this coming Sunday, January 8th, to be a Sunday whereby all Christians in this country and abroad should stop, pause, pray to God, and hand over the situation to God. We are asking all Christians to wear black. That is biblical sign of mourning. The situation is gloomy. There is nothing good. Christmas in that particular area. Let's go to Agatu in Benue. You come to Nasarawa. You visit other places. My brother, a lot has been happening to Christians. We just say we need to live in peace. We need to live in peace. We are declaring this Sunday. We are crying before God. God, we do not have guns, but we have you. Please, you said vengeance is yours. Lord, take vengeance.
Okay, we take a break. When we come back, we continue our discussions on the killings in southern Kaduna. Just to remind you, Reverend Dr. Musa Aseke, the General Secretary of the Christian Association of Nigeria, has been speaking on solutions. Please don't get away.
It is possible to measure governance. It's also possible for us to measure the quality of what is happening to our lives. We're not looking for good people to govern us. You know, if you are driving, you can take possession of a Porsche, brand new Porsche, or a BMW. If it stops, it's not the manufacturer you are looking for. You're looking for a mechanic. Right now, Africa's brokenness is not going to be fixed by just a bunch of good people. Leadership models are competing, they are also contending. And it's important to understand the kind of person you need to become a priest It's not the same with the kind of person you need to be a governor.
Once again, to emphasize that the publicity secretary of the Arewa Consultative Forum, Muhammad Ibrahim B, was supposed to join us on this program, but he just could not make it, and hopefully on subsequent editions will reflect the other side. But I've been joined by Reverend Dr. Musa Seke, the General Secretary of Christian Association of Nigeria, and the focus again has been the killings in Southern Kaduna. How has this conflict affected socioeconomic activities in these places?
My brother, it has. The recent one, where the governor pronounced curfew for 24 hours, everything has come to a halt. The hospital, the only hospital we have in Kafanchan, is closed down. If you have a sick person in your house, you can't take him out.
Why was it closed down?
Curfew. This is the first time I'm here, I'm seeing a curfew that essential.
But it was just for a few days.
Which few days? Even now that I'm talking to you, it's still on.
A 24-hour, has it not been relaxed?
I was told yesterday that it was relaxed, but it has been on. On Christmas Day, they said it was relaxed. I spent Christmas, yeah, anyway. Then on New Year's Day. But let me tell you, my brother, everything came to a standstill. People suffered. People are still suffering. The governor took a decision to punish that area, to give us
this is an unsubstantiated claim that will not take care. You can't prove that the governor did that, but I know the governor has made efforts. You acknowledged it by yourself. He set up a peace committee. He spoke of the peace committee late Governor Yakowa set up, which he said was yielding fruit, but the previous, the succeeding administration did not take into place. Maybe what you talk of is additional measures the governor, not just the governor, but even the federal government can make to ensure lasting peace.
I agree with you. I'm not here to argue, but I thought I'm here to tell facts that I can prove. You are talking of suffering. I suffered. I'm not just citing people. I'm telling you what happened. So who else can I call his name? We have one leader called a governor who imposed the curfew. So that's why I said that statement. So please understand me. And if you move to Kafanchan area now and talk to the people that suffered, people die. No hospital.
These deaths are on both sides anyway, because we also hear reports that the Fulani community in those places also were victims.
My brother, it's just like we're in the market with you, and then a bomb is thrown. That bomb does not know a Christian or a Muslim. When something is generally spread, then it can affect everybody. Now, the Muslims there, they can't go to market. They too were confined to that. So I'm not just saying that Christians, I'm saying the area, Southern Kaduna, suffered, and they are still suffering. That's what I'm trying to say.
The spokesperson to the president, Muhammad Buhari, said since the governor appeared to be on top of the situation, there was no need for the president to directly speak on the issue and maybe carry out other actions. What do you expect the president to do, and how do you evaluate that reaction?
He's our president. The president knew that that same governor went to the affected area. People protested over his biased handling of the situation. We expected the president to say, if my memory serves me right, back in 2000, when the present president was not a president, there was a killing of Fulani in Oyo, if you remember very well, about 60 or 60 something. He was in a convoy together with the Governor Morwa. They went and met the then governor, protesting about the killings of. In fact, what they said was that the governor did not handle the situation well and they killed the Fulanis. Now he's a president and something is happening 2 hours away from where he is. And he said the briefing of the governor, that was not enough.
What do you expect him to do?
What he has been doing, let him make a statement. He's supposed to speak so that we that are from the affected area will know that our president has spoken. But keeping quiet and listening to the governor is a clear indication to us that he believes what the governor says.
So you expect the president to consult extensively with all the interest groups?
No, when he makes statement, when it happened in Zamfara, wasn't he there in Zamfara? He went to Zamfara. You are a journalist, you know. So you don't take side. You don't go here and you don't go here. Look at Agatu, Nasarawa here. We want to hear our president. What if the governor or the person the head there is the problem? Where do we run to? Well, we're not asking him not to believe them. But you see, there are certain things that we don't present the record right. And that is why this problem continues to come back until we present the facts and we are honest, knowing that we will stand before God one day. Until we come to the truth, these problems will not go. We cannot show hypocrisy in the whole thing or trying to show you are good. That's not what we're saying. We are looking for solution. And I want to emphasize, please, let the government tell us who is bringing these foreigners in. Who is giving them the AK-47 that they are killing us. They are finishing us. And they have the approval of the authority. Who is that authority?
Now, have you tried to reach the president? Has the Christian Association of Nigeria tried to establish a channel of communication with the president on this issue? They said if Muhammad cannot go to the mountains will come to Muhammad.
Yes. Yes, we have tried. When the president was elected, before he was sworn in, the Christian Association of Nigeria wrote a congratulatory letter and also sought to pay him a courtesy call just before he was inaugurated. As I speak to you now, we never got a response. That was during...
You have an acknowledgement copy of the letter?
I am the General Secretary. I have the acknowledgement. I'm not telling you what I heard. Then, Orisa Jaffo's time finished without us going. Reverend Ayokunle, the current president, when he came in, he directed that I write to the president to inform him we have a new leadership in Khan, and then to request for a courtesy call, which I did, sir. And up until now that I'm sitting with you, we were not invited to go and see the president.
When was the letter sent to the president?
What?
When did you send the letter to the president?
Sometimes in July.
That's almost 6 months ago.
Sometimes in July. But now, I think since you are asking public, I can go public too. The day we had our press conference, we had a response. I think the response came as a result of some journalists asking this similar question and then tracing to find out that yes, there was an acknowledgement. Then we were asked to write a reminder. A reminder was written. Okay? But last week, a response came. I don't remember who signed that letter. That the president at present is not able to see the new leadership of Khan until a litigation is cleared. So
that's a legal case over which of the the status of the new leadership.
I don't know. They said until it is cleared.
But is there a case challenging the new leadership?
I think that Villa knows better than I do.
But is there any to your knowledge?
Excuse me, sir. Before I even answer that question, we have cases. We have governors that are winning cases are in court, but they are still functioning. They are recognized. Even if there's a case, that should not be the way to treat us.
What of the vice president? He's a senior pastor in Redeemed Church. I presume you have some form of a relationship with him.
We do.
The vice president.
Yes, but is he the president?
Where the vice president is in communication with the Christian Association of Nigeria, some will say there's only one presidency.
No, but no. If the vice president is in communication with the Christian Association of Nigeria, he is called the vice president.
But let's start first. Is he in communication with the Christian Association?
Yes.
But you prefer a more direct relationship and association with the president?
My brother, is he not our president? Is he not our president? You asked me the question, have we tried to reach him? And I've given you the answer. You didn't ask me if we have tried to reach the vice president with this problem. And I'm telling you, just a courtesy call, we've not been able to.
Okay. Dr. Musa Asake is the General Secretary, Christian Association of Nigeria. Our focus was solutions to the perennial crisis in Southern Kaduna, a crisis that have spanned through decades, which appear not to be ready to get to its conclusion. But we hope that this is an opportunity, especially in the new year, for all concerned the interest group to collectively find lasting solutions to the problem. On subsequent editions, maybe from Thursday, we hope to have the other side of the story. Unfortunately, the gentleman that was supposed to join us for today's edition was unable to make it. But we must say thank you to Dr. Asake for joining us today. My name is Amechi Anefwe. Thanks for being part of it, but remember to keep a day with us on Thursday.